this is how to use the Realcare software for the Realcare 2 Plus and the Realcare 3 babies. So as you can see, we have a Realcare Baby here. When you get your Realcare Baby, you're going to have to charge them up. And with the lights, we'll quickly go over them. The red light that's solid means more than, I think, 40% charge. If it's blinking, it's under 40% charge. If it's off, it's got 0 charge. The green will go on while it's charging. It will flash if the batteries are dud or while the batteries are warming up. And the yellow light at the bottom will flicker every now and then because it is a wireless signal. So you can see the 3 little symbols on the side, and the yellow one just flickered. So they're all good, baby's good to go. We want to connect the software. So up here we're going to plug our USB stick in. We know it's working because it is flashing with the yellow light. So that is into a normal computer. Go on to Google, type in Realcare software and search it. You can go into the Realcare downloads and find the software that is free to download. So PC or Mac, I already have mine downloaded. Press download and it will download. So let's skip past that part. It's really easy to download the software. Let's go over to the left here. We've got the little blue menu, and at the top it says babies, and on the right hand side it says add. So we're going to click that. We're going to come to the back of the baby and we're going to listen to the instructions. So it says 1, verify the red light is on the baby. Yep. 2, locate the recessed button above the red light on the baby's back. So here's the red light just here, and here is the recessed button. Then it says 3, press and hold the button down for 2 chimes, then release. So we're going to press the button down with something pokey. Don't worry if it's sharp, just be gentle, and it doesn't need to be sharp, so just be careful with that. So 2 chimes, so 1, 2, let go. 4, the yellow light comes on and stays on until baby is added. So here's the yellow light, and it's on. And it's just popped up on the screen, and then it says 5, your baby should now show up in the screen within 3 minutes, if not, repeat the process. And then it says you can add as many babies as you want on this screen. Now that we have our baby here added on the screen, we're going to press back, and we're going to remember which one it was. So that was baby 13. So I'm going to come to baby 13, and I'm going to click this little checkbox. Now let's go around the screen here and just see what I can help you work out. So obviously this is our list of babies. If they were programmed, they would have student names here, and then here would have the start times and the stop times. So that would just be if these were in simulation. So we've got this baby here clicked. So in order to get this baby to do anything, you can click multiple babies if you want to have, 4 babies programmed to do the same thing. Or let's just work on 1 today. And then you have over here, the top right hand corner, you have demo, program baby, birth certificates, get report, stop, maintenance, daycare, and delete baby. Let's start at demo. We go into demo and we have our baby selected. Again, you can select multiple babies to do this, or just the 1. And there are different presets here that you can choose. So if you want to do preset 1, it will select them, and then it selects the amount of time. So that can be fun if you just want to have a little bit of a play around, or if you're just wanting to do a feed, check that the feed is working, or you want to just have a practice. You can choose how long you want it to last, and you can choose how long in between care events. If it's just the 1 feed, it's just going to go once if you click the once, or if you want to have, I don't know how long it goes up to. You can, I don't know, let's max it out. So 255 seconds is the maximum that you can have between care events. I guess you could do it for the maximum care time as well. 255, and you would go up to the right hand corner and click start demo. Once you press that, you're going to hear the baby chime. So let's get out of this. I want to do something more reasonable. 25 seconds. Also, keep in mind that baby will work on demo without the ID being programmed to baby. So you don't have to program any ID to baby to work in demo mode, but once you program baby, they have to have their ID programmed to them. We're going to click feed, 25 seconds, play once, and we're going to click start demo. So that's baby's demo being sent through. I'll just let him cry for a minute. And let's ID him. And then we're going to feed him his bottle. He won't finish his care event until he is feeding his bottle. So if you don't find the care event, can't figure out what it is for, like, let's say it was 30 seconds and it takes you 30 seconds to ID the baby, and then you give the baby the bottle, as soon as you touch the baby's bottle to the lips, it will just finish the care event. So let's do that one more time, and we will do it right from the beginning. I'll scan straight away and you'll see that it gives a longer feed time. It's the same amount of time, so it's 30 seconds each time. And remember, with the 2 plus, the 2 plus and the 3 babies, that you need to rock them while you're feeding them. I've seen a lot of comments, people saying that the babies are broken or their sensors aren't working, but it's just because you hold the baby dead still. I didn't get that problem too much. I moved too much. Alright, so that's how you do the demonstration. So you can just send it to the baby and you can test baby out. Now that we've worked out how to do a demo, let's go back and we will look at program baby. We're going to go in here. You don't need to add a class, you can if you want to, but I feel like this is obviously because they're used in schools and it's easier for the teacher to work out, you know, what's going where kind of thing and who's in what class. You can add a student's name so you know who is getting graded, and then the student can either select a baby's name or whatever you want to do. So if you're just doing it for yourself, you can write your baby's name in there. So let's just type in Oliver. And then we will have a look at ID 1 over here and ID 2. So clicking on the IDs, and you can see that there is a little code on the ID. You need to make sure this code is written in here from your ID. So my one is, I don't know if it's a 0 or an O, but anyways, we're just going to go with 0. And then it's C, let's do caps lock, BF5. And I'm going to press OK. If you don't have 2, it's fine that there's 1 in here already. It just means that it's not going to register a second ID. I don't know if you can put the same one in twice, but if you have 2 babies and you have like an ID for each baby, you can put the second ID as the other baby's ID. So if you're busy with your baby, a friend could help you with another one. Does that make sense? You can put multiple IDs into multiple babies. If you have 1 baby, you can put the same ID and code it into multiple babies. I think I used to scan in 2 IDs, but I used to scan them both as first and second ID for both of the babies when I was using multiple babies. The baby ID is really just how to distinguish the baby. Now you can type in the gender, so you can choose male or female or whatever you want to do. And then you come down to the start. So obviously today is Thursday the 26th of October and it's around 2 o'clock. Hence why that's giving me that option to start the baby. You can choose whatever date up to a week in advance you can program the baby for. And obviously when it wants to stop. So you can run it for up to, gee, that's a long time. Almost a week and a half, which is still quite a long time. You will need to probably charge baby in between if you're running it for this amount of time. and that's fine to do. Just remember that you cannot have your baby plugged in charging and ID the baby. The baby will not accept the ID when it's charging. The baby will accept the bottle. I do not know if it will accept a nappy either, because the ID and the nappy are the same kind of equipment, so I'm not sure. Coming down here, you can choose your schedule. So there is the schedules and it tells you what they are. So I just went on to Google and typed in Realcare schedule, and the first one come up as infant care schedule table. Now I have a rough estimation of when the baby's going to need care. So how to read this, I think it tells you up here, but here it is. The blocks of colour indicate the amount of time during the hour that the simulation will need care. This allows an instructor to choose the most appropriate schedule for each participant. So you can say, oh, I would really like to have a sleep from 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock, so I want to do schedule 7. Or you can say, I'm not going to even be having it on at night time. I really want something where there's more care events, like schedule 5 in the daytime, because that's when I'll be using it most. Or, you know, schedule 8 is pretty consistent the whole way through. So there is options to look at the care schedule like that. Once you have chosen, you can also choose hard mix, random, whatever. Yes. And if you want to add any quiet times in, so you can add a quiet time in, let's say Wednesday, we're busy at 1 p.m. and we need 3 hours. So I don't know, maybe you have an appointment and you've got to get there, you've got to go do the appointment and then get home. So let's say 3 hours. We forgot to put a student name in. Not that it matters if you don't put a student name in. Now everything is set. We're going to go over to done and click that. This is how it's going to come up. So Hispanic is the baby that we've got going there. I probably should have left it as baby 13, but it doesn't matter. Student is Shell, the name of the baby. Then we have the start time and the stop time. So it's going for 1 day. Anyways, 24 hours, and then it has a bunch of schedules that we're going to do. These go for 24 hours, so you'll really only be doing schedule 7 and some of schedule 5. Now that that's all good and dandy, we're going to click send to babies, and you will hear the baby chime. Oh, see, the battery on one or more babies is below 50%. Just make sure that you recharge prior to the simulation starting. So that sound that we just heard indicates that the baby has been programmed and baby will be starting simulation. I can hear the baby breathing right now, so I'm going to go and click all. And this is how the babies will come up if they're in simulation. So you have the baby that is here, the student, start time, the stop time, the battery status, communication, and what's been happening. So it's actually active in simulation, and all of these babies are available to be programmed if necessary. So we are still clicked on this baby. So if we were to click off it, we wouldn't be able to do anything with that baby. But if we make sure that we click back on it, and you have some other options up here. So you can get report, you can stop, you can daycare, or you can delete baby. So let's try daycare. We're going to go in and we're going to click start daycare. This is if, you know, someone knocks at the door, or, you know, you have to run out urgently. So you heard the chime and a coo. And let's say that someone knocked on the door or a phone call and now you're back. You can end daycare. And baby will be back in simulation. And we'll resume where they were up to, kind of thing. So they would pause their time and they wouldn't need care. So come back here and let's stop baby because I don't want him to cry. We're going to click stop. And you can see down here it says report due. We can also click get report. It should just come in either when the simulation has stopped or just after it like stops by itself, or after you stop it, it should be doing it. We're going to go down here to no class, and here are all of the babies. This one here, I'm going to click on the one that we want. We're going to go over to view, and we can find all of the information. So there was no class, the name was Shell, Oliver, the start time, what IDs were programmed, the schedule, the quiet times that were programmed in, and then this is where all of the information comes in. So there's also notice like little things that are noted down here. So when it started, when the quiet time began, when the quiet time ended, if a head support was there, if a rough handling was there, just all information that you may want to know. If you click on the little menu bar up here, there is help, and there is help, tutorial, and check for updates, as well as about. So there are those options there. I just want to quickly mention that I suggest that you do not update the babies if you don't want to lose the sleeping sounds. So a lot of the babies had the sleeping sounds, and they made an update to basically help the battery last longer. But my favorite part of the Realcares are the sleeping sounds, so I definitely don't want to get rid of that, so I would never update them if they ask me to. Going forward, I want to click on this baby and go into maintenance and just have a look at the options here. So as I said, there's the update babies, and I would not suggest that you update the babies because you could lose the sleeping sound. There is troubleshooting, and there is calibrate. So I have only ever calibrated one baby, and just his batteries had been repaired and he just was being painful, but it did work after following the instructions. A lot of information is found online as well. Let's click on troubleshooting. That's a pretty helpful one. So this is what comes up for troubleshooting, and this is what they mean. That is if the baby has passed completely. There will be a big tick there. This is bottle, neck forward, neck back, movement, rough handling, yellow nappy, green nappy, ID, emergency stop. I don't know what that is. Control software, or I'm not sure. That's temperature. And then I think that these are the outfits. So I think that's the top, outfit bottom. I don't know what that is. Like, I guess there's a little blue, no, it's green, like a green onesie, and there's like a ducky sleeper. No, that must be sleeper. I don't know. So they're all like clothes at the end. So I know these ones, but I'm just not 100% familiar with these ones. And basically, I will do a whole other video on this. You literally get the baby, turn it on, get all the items, and just go from there and work out what is connecting to baby and what isn't. And it's just troubleshooting to make sure that the babies are working. Also, don't forget to check out my other Realcare videos. I have a ton of information about Realcares, so if you're wanting to know more about them, then have a look through my playlists. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please pop them down below and I will try and make a video to explain them. I plan on doing the troubleshooting video separately. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.